What is up, my beautiful mangoes? My name is the Iron Mango, and today I am joined by Zombie Wars SMT for the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Theory video. How are you doing today, Mr. Zombie Wars?
I'm doing pretty good. The Five Nights at Freddy's 4 trailer just dropped. It's pretty incredible.
It's very exciting, dude. Very, very exciting. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about a theory about how we think this game is actually a playable nightmare. You want to go more into detail about that, Zombie?
Yeah, basically what we think about this game is that it's actually a playable nightmare as basically the kid of, or I should say, Purple Guy as a kid, which is, it sounds strange at first, but when you look more into it, it definitely does make a lot more sense. Like, we even looked into the rooms and we found some pretty cool things. Like, we found that there's a toy telephone in the room, which is a bit odd.
Yeah, if you look into the room of the actual Purple Guy, like into his room, you can see a telephone on the floor, you can see a purple robot with like a badge, and then you also see a purple fan. I think the purple fan's just like a little bit of like an Easter egg. Yeah. But the purple robot with the badge, it looks exactly like the guy in the 8-bit segments, the Purple Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the 8-bit segments.
Like entirely, it looks literally the exact same as like Purple. Like even this, like I did a side-by-side comparison. It has the badge, the face, the color, everything. It just completely Purple Man.
I think this guy is definitely Purple Man. So essentially, I think it's been pretty much like confirmed. It's not really confirmed, but it's pretty much like general knowledge that Purple Man is actually Foam Guy. So we believe that this game is like a nightmare that takes place as Foam Guy when he's a kid. We have some evidence to back it up as well. If you also go into the place where it says, like, there's a line in the trailer where it says, "What have you brought home?" We believe that he actually brought home the plush trap that you can see later on in the trailer that's sitting in that chair. From like a Frazbear's Pizza from like, I don't know, it's before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but after like the spring trap area. You want to go more into detail about that?
Yes, like what you just said, the line that says, "What have you brought home?" We think that it's an item that the kid pretty much stole from, or I should say found at the pizzeria that was before Five Nights at Freddy's 2. As you guys all know, there was withered animatronics there. That place was once an active pizzeria. That was once a place that was a busy pizzeria, basically. Like, it was once active and used and was a place that was open, and eventually was just left to rot. And what we think though about it is that this kid during that time frame, this was around the 70s, found that plush at that location, and that plush was actually based off an animatronic that was before Five Nights at Freddy's, the place before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I'm assuming it's still called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza because all the places were called that. And it was based off of Spring Bonnie, which wasn't infected by Purple Guy yet, which would later years to come he would be inside of it. But yeah, like I said, that was found at that location. Even though it didn't really belong there, we believe that the Purple Man found, or I should say Purple Child at the time, found that plush at that location, the place before Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe like his dad brought him home and he sees like a weird like plush toy that doesn't look like any of the animatronics that he found at the pizzeria. So his dad was like maybe asking him, "What have you brought home?" Because it's like a different toy, and we think maybe this toy is cursed or something. I don't know. But essentially, we're gonna go on to the next part where we also think that this pizzeria definitely had Foxy and Chica, as you can see them in the trailer. But all these nightmare versions of the animatronics are actually not his imagination, but his illusions in the middle of his nightmares, because this whole game is based off of this purple child's nightmares, right?
Yeah, like Five Nights at Freddy's 4, regardless whether you think it's a nightmare or not, those animatronics are hard to believe to be real inside of a kid's house. So, and like I even said many times in previous videos, Scott Calton did tell me that Nightmare was going to play a huge part in the game. Like, if it's one word to describe this game, it's going to be Nightmare, so.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Also, the house actually looks like it's a house that would have been built like around the 70s. It doesn't look like a modern house at all. It looks like a house from maybe the 70s or so. And that also fits up perfectly in the timeline. If Purple Guy's like around 18 to 20 or so by the time Five Nights at Freddy's 2 takes place, he could be around like 8 to 10 in this game. So he's still a kid. He still has these nightmares about these animatronics. And also in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, he does say that he's really excited about the new toys, how they look kid-friendly, and cool stuff like that, right?
I honestly, I don't really see any other reason for a 20-year-old person like 20-year-old grown man to be excited so much about the new designs of the animatronics and how they look so different. And I mean, unless he made them himself, which he didn't. But I'm just saying, like, he gets really excited about their new designs and how they look and how they aren't scary anymore. Like, he emphasizes that a lot, especially on night 1 and 2 in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is kind of clear if you play the game and if you listen to the phone calls. Phone Guy does emphasize that quite a bit.
Yeah, he definitely does. And also in the he also seems to be a little bit like scared of the he doesn't say that he's scared, but you can tell in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 he's a little more frightened by the animatronics there.
He acts like there's no problem, but it's been quite clear, even when that was the only game around at the time and not 4, that he was pretty nervous. You can just tell by his voice and how he even says hello that he's really scared about being there and working there, and he even says that he hopes that he works there anymore, basically, and he really doesn't want to work there anymore.
Yes, so we think that essentially the reason he's scared of those animatronics is because he's already having these nightmares right now about those animatronics. But we also have to say that there was like a little bit of an Easter egg maybe in this in this trailer as well. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So this isn't really too into detail, and this might not even be the case, but you never know as well. But there might be a bit of an Easter egg in this game as a bonus that we actually think that Scott may have maybe involved himself as the Purple Man somehow.
Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know, Scott Cawthorn's the game creator. He does pretty much he did pretty much everything in all these games, created them all by himself.
He modeled them, he coded them, he voiced them, he edited and modified sounds. He did a lot of that. He did marketing, he did anything that you can think of, he put into Five Nights at Freddy's, which is, for 1 year, making this success of a game is by himself is pretty damn crazy.
Yeah.
But while developing Five Nights at Freddy's, he did state in previous emails and interviews that he had these walking nightmares about mainly Bonnie, although he didn't just say it was just Bonnie. He did say the animatronics, but mainly Bonnie he had nightmares of. And Bonnie was actually emphasized quite a bit in the trailer in the 4th game, wasn't he?
Yeah, that jump scare, man. That jump scare got me.
It was a pretty damn good jump scare. It was definitely an improvement off the 3rd game, in my opinion. But no, like he did emphasize on Bonnie quite a bit, and not to mention he did state before that he did have walk-in nightmares, especially about Bonnie, while he was developing all of his games, whether it be Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, or 3, whatever game you want to call it. He had nightmares, and maybe he based off this game off of a child, and he basically turned himself as he was Purple Man even as a kid, even though realistically in real life he wasn't. He made himself as that character and put him in the same situation that he went through while developing the game Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, so he was like a kid having nightmares in the game. So maybe Purple Man and Scott Cawthon, maybe they're the same person. And also, guys, you got to remember, Scott Cawthon did voice Phone Guy, who we believe is Purple Man. So that's another thing. I don't know if that's a coincidence. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think that's a coincidence, guys. But I think that's going to be the end of today's theory video. If you guys did enjoy it, I'm sure to slam down, thank you to that button, and that little red button that says subscribe. Go check out Zombie Wars if you guys haven't already. Anything last to say? Zombie Wars, any last words to say, man?
Well, that's basically the end of the theory that we had in mind. Like I said, if you guys like the theory, make sure you guys slap the like button. And if you guys want to go check out Mango's channel, the link to that will be down below. Comment down below what you guys think about this theory. I want to really hear your guys' feedback as well. If you want to comment on his channel as well, show that love in the chat. Show everything that you can.
Yeah, let us know all of your theories as well. We'd love to read all your theories and cool stuff like that, because you guys have some awesome theories, not gonna lie. But other than that, I hope you guys have a nice, safe, wonderful day.